This film is a journey back in time to a landscape of largely forgotten moments. Before the internet and mobile phones, before 9/11, before the ice caps melted. To a previous century, the 1990s. What you are about to see was captured on a video format that time has rendered obsolete. People who have passed away, places that no longer exist. Scenes, sometimes entire interviews that I'd forgotten I'd filmed. A collective memory finally released from its battered shoebox. Defining moments from the past to inform, entertain and hopefully inspire the present.
Whisper on the breeze, a sigh among the trees. An ancient legend rises from this slumber. New life born of old, the horns of Hern unfold. The hunter is abroad again, running with the deer, the hunter's horn we hear. The stillness of the valley is broken. Guardian, the forest has awoken.
Now, it was called the Battle of Newbury. The construction of the Newbury bypass sparked the biggest protest seen in the south for a generation.
Has anybody heard anything on there?
No, security on the move.
They're on the move now, are they? 4. And how many police? Don't know yet.
The thing is, the Gotan really stops to come past here anyway.
Right.
Move down here, really.
It's all gone strange out there at the moment. There's nothing at the race course of theirs. Yeah. And the British police have started speaking French.
Newbury made and broke a lot of people. Witnessing the wholesale destruction of 9 miles of beautiful countryside. We tried everything to turn that tide. We really did. Looking at the world then, it seemed that there was time to turn things around, an optimism. Looking at it now from the 21st century, that struggle has become an extremely key and pivotal phenomena.
Maybe that's just an escort for diggers. And then they started speaking foreign language.
Not on the climate street alarm watch, so...
Yeah, so right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what the word bit was. Pick it up front.
Morning.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, fine, thanks. Do you sleep well?
No, my bloody feet got frozen. They're seriously cold.
Yeah.
Who's this in this car?
Right, we're following the car, but they've gone past.
Should we be following them?
Why not? It's a free country.
Should we be going after McDonald's?
Yeah.
but like it could be at any point. As soon as they know exactly what's happening, they're going to ring me up anyway.
Tony,
Yeah?
what's happening on?
What?
What's happening?
Well, we don't know at the moment. They're around sort of Reading's Copse area, but there's nothing definite yet, so we're waiting definite confirmation.
I had a sneaky suspicion it'd be ready to come.
Yeah, I just think it's either there or here. Yeah, you got my phone call in.
Are they stopping?
Hello? Who's that? Alan, where are you? In the middle of what? Right. Well, we still don't know. We're all at Kennet at the moment.
Do you want me to get some funny property first and walk up?
Alan? Where are the others? Steve! Lewis!
If I can dump a rucksack.
Yeah. No, I'll get it into one of their trousers.
Doing somewhere else you want these on.
Right. We've got a line.
Yes. This is your world. And this is what you're doing to it. Don't you think that this one motorway is going to have a long-term effect on the whole planet? It's going to influence the future of life on this planet. Every small action that you do has a reaction. You need life, and without it, you won't be able to exist in the future. So think about what you're doing here. You're basically slowly causing life to die on this planet.
Yeah! Right, that miss.
Also, the wildlife that we destroy on this planet through this road, you need it. We are in balance with this planet. Unless we live with the planet, in harmony with it, we ourselves will come to an unhealthy end. The quality of our life is already going down. It's not going to end abruptly, but the quality of your life will go down if you keep building these roads.
There's 100 species every day dying, man. 100 species, man.
I've got my picture in here. Oh, we got my picture. You should have.
Your world's going to ruin, grinding to a halt, and it's your fault. Where you can hide when the earth's black and it's too hard to breathe, there's no way back. When you gonna see the way you behave and the children you conceive affects the earth you leave? How much will die before you realise without diversity of life we just can't survive? Who's gonna act when the concrete is spread, covered the ground and everything's dead? You, yes you, I'm talking about your world's going to ruin, grinding to a halt. And it's your fault. Yes, you. Yes, you. I'm talking about your world's going to ruin, and it's grinding to a halt. And it's your fault. Yeah. Your fault. Your fault. You're murdering this planet. So I hope you take home a nice big fat paycheck, and I hope your kids love you.
Good evening.
My goodness, it's an officer of the constabulary.
Where are we, by the way?
Swamp City. Swamp City. Save our Swamp City. You can ride from the back. Swamp snake. Beginning to sound like June, isn't it? Well, here I am, road protester, heading for chicken coop, Swamp City Bender. Oh no! We've gone out. What happens to that lighter? It's gone out. I can't believe my match has gone out. I'm desperate to investigate my new bender. You've got to see this. What do you reckon? This is the Swamp Bender. It's on stilts. It's like an Australian bungalow, but it's a bender. They get floods. Wow. Here we go. This is Swamp Bender, folks. Not somewhere I've ever slept. There might even be human beings inside. You can never tell. Wow, yeah, there are people sleeping in there. What good. I hope there's room, though. That's all I can say. I'm going to have to not disturb them anymore. They're rolling over. I'm going to have to go in quietly with my candle.
Right.
It looks cosy in there anyway. It looks like, you know, Swamp City's alright, really. Save our Swamp City.
probably 2 degrees below tonight. It'll possibly sink another 2 or more before daybreak. It has been frozen for months amidst one of the harshest winters for years, only intermittently pausing for a bout of drizzle, otherwise simply raw. A sleeping pheasant is disturbed. Its alarm echoes throughout the frozen forest. It doesn't bother them, as this is their land for now. They are the last people to dwell in these woods. Some of these trees in their infancy may have hosted armies of the Civil War, giving shelter here and there. Undoubtedly, much of this land has watched the comings and goings since the last ice retreated. Matured, yes, but pretty much unchanged. The more thick resonance of this woodland is obvious, especially in the dark. One need not close their eyes and imagine it is simply just there. This is ancestor land.
Get yourselves out, please!
Please, forward again. No, you're taking enough piss. It's not necessary.
This isn't like you're not going to let us stand here and watch. You're going to push us right out. That's the plan, isn't it? You don't know? What, you just follow your orders? So who's given these orders then?
Come over the radio.
From where? You don't know? What are you? Are you a free man? You don't even know where your orders are coming from, for God's sake. What? A hood?
No, it says like
Are you a hood?
Does it not? No. Do you not know who gives out orders?
I don't know who gives you your orders, like, move everyone forward now. If I was taking orders, I'd like to know who it was. God, talk about selling your soul.
Public transport.
What, you mean the minister? He's on the phone to you, is he, through that little headpiece? Then, all right, move the cordon now, lads. John Major, yeah. John Major, the arms dealer, is that?
CJA, you can stick it. We're gonna party. We're gonna pick it. CJA, you can stick it. We're gonna party. We're gonna pick it. CJA. Right. You're a complete wanker.
How do you feel? I assure you I'm much too old to remember running for trees.
Fold, folks, please. Thank you very much. Behind the fold. Thank you.
Instead of what? Ah, right. No, right. Right. Yeah. Do you have a Walkman by any chance? Who? Don't think so. Where did it actually end up then? Is it like that? No. So I've got it tightened as much as it will go, but... Oh dear.
So you won't get this cheap track.
No, I won't.
You get down to Sussex.
That's it.
Sussex?
It's Sussex, mate. Yeah. So we riveted in.
This planet's being destroyed because we're all hurt inside. That's why people are doing it. Why else are they doing it? You tell me. I'm serious. Why do you think people are destroying this planet when they know that if they destroy the planet there won't be anywhere for people to live? Why are they doing it? Not for horses either. For any creatures. Why do you think? I'm interested to know what you think. I might be wrong. You tell me what you think. You obviously care about people, you care about animals. You care about the future of people. You care about the future of animals. So why do you think that people are destroying it?
Where once stood ancient woodland, now lays mud. Skirmishes have been intensifying over the last few winter months, the Romans ever encroaching. Their empire of dirt expands. Mighty and ancient oak trees are being destroyed without a thought. Their corpses dragged onto pyres, smouldering heaps last for months. Their centuries of history lost forever. This ancestor land defiled. You will find it hard to describe your connection to the land, especially to the rationalists. They don't seem to be able to understand the time frame for such a habitat to exist, those millennia past. They can't see that this is all our heritage and impossible to replace. The practical and the conservative repeat, we must have progress at all costs. Growth, they say, is essential and just. Cancerous.
I was holding onto a branch and they ripped one of my arms off, like, they pull your fingers back, almost snap them. And they put the quick cuffs on and wrapped my arm around my back and was like using the quick cuffs and twisting them. They do them up as tight as they can, they tighten up when they twist them. Right. So they twist them and your arms behind your back and they put in all your fingers and they stamp on your fingers to get them off the branches. Or like being well harsh. And they just rip you out of the tree and as soon as you grab onto it, they smack you in the fingers and like, we'll bend them back. It really fucking hurts and not very fluffy at all.
I want to apologise for it.
He asked me to do it, you know what I mean? He says, what do I do if I hit me with a snowball? So I did.
Yeah, we've brought it now, okay?
What happens? Chapter snowball at security, you've got all the representatives.
Rollie ascenders or something. Nice bit of kit.
Oh, sorry, what did you say to me?
Lock him on, Lily! Lock him on!
I've just stepped back.
We've got the sheriff where you put the deputy.
Off with his hat!
Off with his hat! Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Arrest him!
Hold it.
Yes. Can you get your else's up much to the at the moment?
Yes, yes. Don't shoot the horses like that. Get your fucking off
Well, I'll start moving out. Nice one. Start moving. Nice one, everyone.
I hope when you take your pay packet home, it feels good. You can do something. Honestly, it's not going to last today.
Thanks for my beer at the weekend. No, I mean, I'm sorry.
In this scene, two sets of climbers from the same climbing wall in Sheffield, former flatmates, associates, friends, faced off in the treetops of Gotan, including Ben Moon, one of the best free climbers in the world, and Steve Coates.
I am no one's master. On my grave I will write this after I am gone. I will be gone, and then my flesh will go to the earth it lived on. Breath will go to the air it lived from. I
big effort, take the day off, make a banner and come down to where the action is taking place. Let's show the bailiffs and the media just how much local support there is for this anti-bypass campaign.
Sheriff's men, boo! Boo! I'm losing my voice. Just in time.
There's a plan because the government has the authority and power to do this with your help. It's like the Magna Carta. The government, the king in those days, they hired a mercenary army to collect the taxes. And when the barons rebelled, they said, send your mercenary army home. We will collect our own taxes. And that's what happened. And that's exactly what the government's doing here. They have hired you as a mercenary army to force through something that is divisive and contentious, because you wouldn't have to be here if it wasn't.
That's right, exactly.
There were 6,000 people here. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you're a mercenary army.
I teach at Newbury College. My children go to local school. I know about this.
Get to the stage and you'll have to have guns because it's going to get worse.
There were 6,000 people here 3 weeks ago. Most people are not out here because they're working. I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is why I wasn't here. I have 2 days off. I can come here between 10 and 3 because I've got to pick my kids up. Now that is the case of most people. That's why you haven't got Newburyites here. You come on a Sunday and you see them. There were hundreds of them up there bringing food down here on Sunday.
Have another of
Tesco
your cell
bags,
block riots.
bringing it in all over the weekend.
And rebuilding the barricades and rebuilding the tree houses. It's all local people.
Local people, there's local support groups, there's local people doing the offices.
I get to have a bath locally and I also get fed locally, so I think that is local support.
Good. Well, I'm a local person. I live here.
Well, my parents didn't have to. That
We're all local people. That's not possible.
Pay local tax.
Yeah.
There's Meridian over there. Sure you
Yeah, but don't say to them, why don't you hear local people? Because they've heard that so often.
See, the media don't like that. Nobody likes the fact that there are local people opposed to this road because that goes contrary to the politicians.
They've taken my home. Taken my home, so now I must roam to find a new tree to live in. When I get there, the fields they are there, the bypass is unforgiving. It's good, isn't it? Dressed by one of the security guards from Team 20. And there's another player from Team 10. Just showing you the lyrics.
Peter Bukowski. I've been working for a contractor on the Newbury bypass, which is basically clearing the trees ready for building the road for the bypass. We're contracted to clear the protesters out of the trees, basically because we have the experience of rope safety techniques, and therefore we can rescue people safely.
I'm not surprised the Climate Federation didn't want you. Bad luck, Andy. Come on, Andy. Come on, Andy. You can do better than that, mate.
If you could just explain your reasons, just explain that you've stopped work and your reasons for stopping work.
I started on Tuesday and decided to stop work today, which is now Thursday. Basically because the work was too stressful for what I wanted to do. I didn't like getting urine thrown at me and food and banter from the protesters. Basically I can do other work and earn less money, but which for me would be better.
King Arthur was arrested, along with his sword Excalibur.
Arise, Sir Nicholas! Long live Camelot!
Another one for us.
Good one, Arthur!
King Arthur went on to create his own camp, called Camelot.
Mr. Blandy, you'll now continue this operation when the light is obviously unsafe. You've already caused 2 injuries today. Isn't it time you went home?
The protesters were determined and imaginative. It was the job of the Under-Sheriff Nick Blandy to evict them.
Some of the other European countries, I don't think would have been anything like as patient as we have been with these people, and in even less civilised countries in other parts of the world, they might have had the machine guns out.
And 20 years on, the sheriff was back in town.
I mean, for want of a better word, you became something of a hate figure for the protesters at the time, didn't you? Did that bother you?
I'm not sure. I think that's a bit of a strong word, actually.
Okay.
I think they had a certain amount of robust contempt for me. I don't know if you remember, they had a big sound system rigged up in the trees and playing Bob Marley's I Shot the Sheriff at loud volumes, which I thought was terribly funny.
20 years on, we reunited Nick Blandy with Newbury protester Philip Pritchard.
Dead branch was there, but...
How did you feel about us as protesters?
I was just saying that I had the most extraordinary respect for you because it was just so cold.
Yeah, at the time, we felt quite cross towards the Under-Sheriff of Berkshire, but I see, you're a person, you were in a role, and
I was just enforcing the law.
You were doing your role.
You may be liable to arrest and prosecution for an offence contrary to section.
Several protesters are prevented from coming anywhere near the bypass route.
As a young reporter covering the protest in the trees here 20 years ago, it was a consuming experience. Although I was only ever an observer, Newbury did become a way of life for a while. The dawn starts, the intense feelings on all sides and the constant sense of conflict. It was a similar story for many of those involved here.
Thank you, little ladies. Your pension is mostly appreciated. I know it's hard in these days of defence, in the days of depression, when all around seems to be falling apart, that there is still hope in your old age, that you can help the countryside. So send your cheques, or postloaders, to Third Battle of Newbury.
And we'll spend it on brew. No. Cut.
And they built the road and all that, fine. But like, we fucking made it hard.
And the roads budget got slashed, by 2/3 overnight. £17 billion saved.
We reversed the British road building programme. Like, it worked, what we did.
I believe the Newbury campaign has been an absolutely brilliant campaign that will be remembered for many years, indeed many centuries.
All the things that happened in the airspace above the road. Laughs had, cries had, orgasms had, children conceived, fights, near misses with death.